It's the 2K Show.
Ernie Jet Smith, thanks for tuning in. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics playing against the Houston Rockets. Looking at Houston, a win tonight would bring them to 3-0 on the young season. What a start that would be for them. They've looked awfully good in those first two wins. And with a few moments here, we've seen a lot of coaching turnover. When you played, Shaq, what did you like in a coach, and what set the good ones apart?
Well, my coach had to be a triple OC. He had to be over calm, over cool, over collective. Especially with all the media whirlwind in L.A., Phil Jackson is that guy. He kept things cool and collected in the locker room. He was a triple OC.
Gay Sports, so glad you could join us on this Saturday night. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. It's a one-game reprieve at home for the Rockets. James Harden. On the court for the Celtics. Thomas is out there with Hudson. And it's Boyd Dixon. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
The Celtics have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. Thomas goes in, and he gets it to go.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, here's what the Celtics head coach had to say when we spoke just a few minutes ago. He told me that he's looking forward to this matchup. Their first look at this team so far this season. He said they'll look to play up defensively. As usual, their length and shot blocking a great deterrent inside. Kevin?
Okay, thank you, Doris. And the defensive approach, guys, how do you think that'll play out here?
Sounds like they'd like to keep this a low-scoring affair. This could be one of those grind-it-out kind of games.
And I'm sure that would suit them just fine. It may not be what the fans want to see or hear, but a win is a win. Come on now. A W is a W, and that's what you're playing for.
O.J. Mayo is checked in for Isaiah Thomas. Rockets have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. Boston's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. No good from Hudson.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Got that one up quick.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
Harden up top. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good from Hudson.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because...
Pass to Boyd. To stop the run. Harden, no good. Rockets leading by 5. And a wide open look for Freq. They get the rebound. Here's Cardona. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Well, how about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
And Stevenson's checked in for Boston. For Houston, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Celtics trail by 8. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. They set the pick. He feeds it to Mayo. Here's Hudson. Boston, no good that time either.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going in this quarter.
And he can't extend the lead to double digits. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. The Rockets on top as they end the first quarter on a 14-5 run. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. On the floor for Boston, they've got Thomas, also Hudson out there, and it's Boyd in at the four-man position. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Houston.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freq in the last matchup against the Cavaliers had a huge game. He dropped 14 points, and he was just about on target from everywhere, hitting from deep as well as sinking his free throws. He was just too much to handle as he came off the bench to turn in a great outing, guys. They hope it continues.
All right, Doris. Well, what do you guys think? Does that kind of big performance energize a player in his next game?
Guys, it's tricky, you know, because when you work as hard as he did in that game, you tend to be a little worn down. But on the other hand, he also has to be feeling terrific in terms of the confidence about the state of his game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, I'd say mentally he's in peak condition, while physically he could probably use a recharge.
And a new beginning here, if you will, for Freq. Changed the front of his jersey, and he's looking to have a fresh start with his new team.
And, you know, that can be a bit of a whirlwind when you move from one team to another, Kevin, but Freq certainly has the talent to hopefully be able to work smoothly through it. He knows he's got to stay focused on the court, and he has shown the ability to do that.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
There's 1:17 left to play here in the second quarter. Outside Mayo. Here's Stafford. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Alex Len picks one up.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
The Celtics shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for him. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
And the first one drops.
You know, even though they're behind, I love the job they've been doing getting to the free throw line.
We always like it when you're aggressive and not settling.
For the Houston Rockets, they won their last contest in that game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, roadkill is hard to get in this league. I mean, to be a great NBA team, you've got to be able to have that kind of performance on the road. Focused, purposeful, and productive. Really solid.
It's Harden with the drive. Pass to Hudson. Takes the three. No good. Rockets leading by 13. Jumps up. And Freq throws it down.
And really just straight to the basket with a full head of steam.
Well, if you're going to throw it down, make sure you throw it down with force.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Hudson kicks to Mayo. Feeds to Harden. The Celtics working the ball around now. 4 on the clock. Here's Hudson. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And so we wrap up the first half. Rockets ahead, up by 15. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Guys, that was the perfect way to start this game. Let's go over some stuff and do more of the same in the second half. First of all, a big nod to how... All right, Houston,
and as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
Talk about a terrific game for Freq. He's got 17 points, and from downtown, he's buried 3 3-pointers.
Well, when he squared himself up and gotten good looks, he's knocked them down.
On the floor. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And taking a look back at last year's numbers, he's about a 76% shooter.
The Celtics have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. And for the Celtics, we've got Mayo, also Hudson out there, and it's Boyd in at the 4 slot. Another miss by Houston. Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Stevenson. Stevenson's gone 2 of 3 from the field. He's covered by Hudson. Out to the right wing. McKenzie sinks the three-pointer. Freq's got 5 points in the quarter.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Here's Hudson. He has 6. Outside Mayo. 6 to shoot. Harden dishes to Stevenson. The 15-footer. Stevenson missing again. Rockets leading by 12. Here's McKenzie, and he dunks it down.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
Stevenson with it, out defended by Freq. Boyd, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he finished last season right around 71% from the line, so not exactly his best percentage.
Alex Lund's checked in for Houston. So he can't get either to fall.
Boy, their struggles at the line this half really starting to haunt them. You just cannot afford to miss free throws. It's like skipping breakfast. At some point in time, it's going to come back to hurt you. This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Passes it to Boyd. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
Now, Freq. Len, a screen. Here's McKenzie. Can't get it to fall. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Rockets leading by 15. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So on the floor for Houston, they've got Anderson. Alex Len out there with Harden, and it's Houston at the point. The Celtics shooting. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Now here's Freq. He's guarded by Stevenson. And Lance Stevenson picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Thomas checked in for Lance Stevenson. Outside Thomas. Pass to Maxwell. Tries a 3. The rebound by Anderson. Houston's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Celtics trail by 15. Thomas passes to Harden. There's a screen. Here's Maxwell, defended by Anderson. Boston, no good that time either.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
That one is no good.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
And he gets it to go.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Rockets.
Clark, the bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Yeah, you always like to see that, Kevin, when your reserves can perform and help you pull out a win.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Freq. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Garrett, and there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. And the Rockets lead by 19. Outside Thomas, to the inside. 16 feet away, stolen by Harden. And here we go, Harden heading to the hoop. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Didn't take their time in wrapping this game up. They came out with a sense of urgency.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had him on the ropes, they started throwing haymakers at him.
The whole knockout blow.
And Freq throws it down.
And they feel good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home court.
I agree. Job well done. They gave these fans exactly what they wanted.
And taking the W here, they won this game going away. They were the better basketball team, Clark, by far tonight.
No question about it, Kevin. They certainly gave their fans plenty to scream and holler about. This place was rocking. It was on fire. And it only got louder as that lead got bigger.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Freq. Talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. My word, that was just huge, and the impact carried them through the entire game.
He had a sensational night shooting the ball. Over 60% reminds me of myself. If you're shooting over 60%, you're playing smart. You're being aggressive, and you're creating opportunities. What a spectacular performance.
You know, Freq was a 4.0 honor student growing up. And tonight, that high IQ is one of the things we saw on display with that sensational performance. Combine his smarts with the fact that he lives and breathes basketball.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire